Hi there, anybody there yet? Wow, we're on Periscope so fast. That's terrific. Let's see, I got a little finicky. I gotta plug this sucker in. Plug that in. Maybe. Let's see. That way. Yes. Oh, okay, we got some people rolling here. That's good. Well, I guess we're all in debt, aren't we? That's life in America. Are you going to release step-by-step instructions on the stream for how to do this? Maybe not. Probably not good enough for you. I know there's a lot of people, I'm just never good enough. I just can't do that. It's just too complicated, and it's too... any good grants in Houston? Yes, I just completed a report for Houston. See, everything is local, and that's why I could only talk in a general sense. Oh, Joe, it's Joe from Harrisburg. Crazy Joe. So the people want me to do step by step, but Legion, I can't do that from where you are and where I am. It's complicated. I got to get feedback from you. The only thing let's see, I understand why you talk in the generals. The only thing I'm trying to do really in these things is educate you about what is there. You're going to have to do a lot of work. Even when I send you reports that I do myself, custom, it still means you have to do a lot of work. If you want to get led by if you want somebody to do the work for you, that's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, that's just simple. But what I show you is where free things are, to solve that problem, and who does it free, and how to do that. And somebody locally, what I try to do in all my work is show you somebody locally that does some of that for free. And we're all smart enough to do it. It's just that, I think what happens is experts who have very expensive things to sell you. What is Periscope? P-C, P-E-R. No, it's something else on my... Oh, I forget what Periscope is. PC, it's not coming up. It usually was on here. Periscope. Yeah, the laptop thing on Periscope. What is that? I used to have it here. Okay, Matthew, it's Joe. Anything in Florida? Yeah, see, everything is there. And actually, the best thing I have now is, I show you, I do custom reports by state, and that's what, in the title of the work here, it's lesko.com/one-stop. That's where you could go and order these reports. I mean, they're huge. They show you every grant for your expenses that is in Houston. I do another one for Florida, any state. I have a whole bunch of states already done. You could just download automatically, or if the one's not there yet, just put the generic one, and it'll take about a week or two, usually about 2 weeks, for me to get that done for you. I've been studying this for 40 years, and it is what I'm doing now in the state. I think what everybody should have. It's the biggest thing I've ever done in my life. I think it's the most important book I've ever done in my life, and I've sold like 4 or 5 million books, and I've written over 100. But this thing now, because I think it's the most practical thing, and in there, when you say step by step, that's what's in there. I have over 100, maybe 120, 30 videos. How much should you charge for your service? That product is $79. I'm doing it for $59 now because I want more people to have it. I hate these consultants who charge a lot of money. I'm trying to get it to a price that anybody could afford, because I think the government should be doing what I'm doing. I don't think I should be doing in business. If we had, the right kind of government, we'd have. They would send this out, and it would come with your tax form. When you get your tax, form in the mail, you would get this too, and that's what I think everybody have. The problem is there's no one government agency that could do it all, and because it's got city, state, state, local. Like today, I've been working on a couple of reports just for housing. So, I mean, I have to dig. I mean, it's all about digging. And I know what to look for. That's because I've been doing it for 40 years, some bloody thing like that. So if you're new at this, you could learn it. Believe me, it's like you learned to swim and you didn't swim before. You learned to drive a car when you never did that before. And this you could learn too. And the problem is that people who are out there, or things that it's our own mind that's in our way. You know, we have perceptions of things in our mind, you know, and we think like, oh, Google could do it. You know, everything's in Google. Yes, but you don't know what the hell to ask for to find it. You know, like in housing, you know, there's very few housing monies that's really grants, but it's a lot of free money because it's loans you don't have to pay back. It's direct payments, particularly unlike the 327 programs I find for your state. Very few of that is grants, but it's all money that you don't have to pay back. That's the important thing. So it's learning that, you know, and learning what it is. I mean, the biggest mistakes people use in using Google, any good successful stories from PPP using the information you have. I got, you know, thousands over the years or whatever. I don't even keep track of them. If you go on lesko.com/talk, people, these are all new. In the last couple of months, I started a new service, Lesko.com Talk. It's only $1 a minute, and I have about 40 or 50 or so reviews of people, you know, who used and not only, you know, I talk to them, but they also use the service because I send you links. See, that's the thing. And to me, I don't touch testimonials. I mean, anybody could do that. I could always find you someone to say something. And that's now, I mean, like, when I was doing infomercials, you know, people want to be on TV so much, they'll say anything, you know, just to get on TV, you know. And so, that good or bad, I mean, maybe it's helpful, maybe it's not. But I just don't spend my time doing that anymore. I know, you know, trying to find all these things. And I know it helps selling and all that stuff, but I'm just bored with that part of life, or that part of selling and marketing. And I'm just interested in doing real work and getting real answers to people to solve real problems. Most of us like me in marketing or whatever, it's talking a good game. That's what gets you money. And unfortunately, that's how our system works. But it's the real work. I mean, I spend most of my life really digging on the internet. You can't find stuff on the internet. The good stuff you find by accident. The good stuff you find, you know, by contacting people too. That's the other thing. You have to contact people, not just to the internet, because the internet is full of people just trying to get your money. Do you pray? I guess in some way. Not much. I don't do any praying formally. I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm doing more than I ever thought I could do in my life, and I'm very grateful for that. People treat me so nice, I don't deserve it. I walk down the street, I dress like this every day, and it makes people smile and laugh, and even my work, people come up to me all the time and say, don't stop doing what you're doing, and think, man, nothing could be better. But I'm really trying to do is not only help people solve financial problems, but also to find what you should be doing in life. And are you rich? That's a relative term. I don't worry about eating anymore. That was really the first hurdle. I mean, when you're younger, growing, and whatever, you're worrying about you know, getting alive and getting, you know, and surviving. You know, I'm just curious. Yeah, I've done more than I ever thought I would do. But I feel I have 20, thank you so much, but breathy, is that it? I pray for you, Matthew, and thank God for, oh, well, that's awfully so nice. I mean, see, just to have something like that, that makes me richer. You know, what this woman said, I guess, or a woman or guy, I don't know. Is it possible to get money for a home-based business? Yes and no, it's possible. Anything is possible in this country. See, that's what's terrific. The likelihood, I don't know, number one, it's going to take you work. okay, let's take that. Is it possible to get money for homework? But yes, but you know, you have to be smarter than. You go out and look. You go out and dig ditches and look. You don't pay anybody money for anything. You go out, you know, particularly promise you money or whatever. I promise you potential. You know, there may be, if I was looking for money and I've been researching this 40, 50 years, this is where I would start, you know, and I'll send you about 150 places where you live, you know, on that. And actually, I have the best places to start. I think I have that, what is, yeah, the best government, yeah, well here's what I do. Now this is $10. It's a course on here. This course is $10 and shows you the best place to start. Now that's a start. Now, so if I was going to do anything and tell anybody about that, you go to lesko.com/course and you see the course on the best government source for grants and help to start any business. See, I think you have to do this first to anything else. I mean, that will lead you to a whole bunch of sources. They give money out to about 70,000 people a year. You know, they get money from them to start businesses, but it's all free. Everything they do is free. And see, most people that I run into, particularly doing these things, are people on the internet who are involved in some kind of home-based business thing they purchased on the internet, and so you're making money for somebody else, you know, kind of thing, and that's okay, I guess. I mean, the possibility. I don't believe in them much. I mean, maybe. I mean, you try it. We all have to go through stumble stuff and learn that way by having things that fail and they don't work for us. So we have to do a lot of that. We have to keep doing that. If you don't keep doing that, you're going to be left behind and the world's going to pass you by. If you're trying to do something that worked for you yesteryear, last year, or 2 years ago, or some experts supposedly told you would work, you know, 99 times out of 100, it's not. And you're going to have to keep going. So if you're not out there to fail, that's why, to me, what you have to do is plan for failure. You have to, first of all, before you start looking for a quick get-rich-quick scheme to get money because you feel you're in debt, first thing you have to do is solve that debt problem, because it's going to take longer than you ever imagined to get the money you think you could get by starting anything. I was surprised when I found you on YouTube and Facebook. I remember seeing you when you were a kid and thought the Riddler was... Sorry about... Oh, no, that's correct. I'm an old fart, man. I'm 74 years old. But I don't feel it. You know, I just... You know, because I feel I have something important to do. I hope to hear back from you soon. Oh, that's right. You sent me something, Katie. Yeah, I forget. It was a little more complicated than I had time right now to do. But if you don't hear from me in a day or two, beat on me again. I just forget. I got a lot of stuff I'm trying to get done. But so what you have to do is solve that, you know, debt problem. If you're in debt or whatever, that does not go away. You know, if you're trying to ignore it and wait for the big white horse to come by and drop a big bag of cash on your doorstep, you know, you're going to listen to some other get-rich-quick person who's going to suck you into, oh yeah, just give me $100, $200, $300, $400, and you're going to make money in 3 months. You know, you're going to be hit by lightning first, you know, for that to solve your problem for forever. So the first thing you want to do is get that settled, you know, and there's free help to do that. And there's organizations, nonprofit organizations that help you do that. HUD has them. Department of Justice has them. 211, your local 211 has them. Your County Cooperative Extension Service has them. All these people have free people that will help you do that and solve that problem. Maybe you have to go bankrupt, maybe you don't. I mean, I've worked with people who we just wrote letters, you know, to the people they owed money for. One of them says, call them today, and she gave me all kinds of local contacts for things that help, like utilities, food, and home repairs. Oh, that's you, Brett. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, people don't realize. I mean, see, everything I tell you, too, may or may not work. That's the way it happens. I have no idea it works. I know it works sometimes. It works in the past. It's sort of like us. Sometimes we're good, sometimes we work, or whatever. You know, you can't. I mean, life isn't a guarantee. You can't. There's so many opportunities out there. Some may work for you, and some may not. You know, and the important thing is that you're trying, because if you don't try, nothing will work at all. And just pay 99 bucks and tell you how. What? Lucius Bono, just pay me 99 bucks and I'll tell you how. Me? No, I'm telling you how now. You could pay me, it may solve some time, but you know that's my business. But I'm not sure what you mean. I had debts as high as $5,000 drop off my report for 7 years of non-payment. Wow, so they dropped off your report. You mean you didn't pay $5,000 and it just disappeared? Huh. Drop off my report after 7 years of non-payment. Yeah, see, people. But see, if you do it, I asked about the statute of limitation on debts earlier. I don't know. I guess I told you that. I don't know earlier either. I don't know. It's all different. But if you go to one of these people that I'm talking about, they help you with that. You know. And finally, all the state laws are different. Every place you are is different. Whatever. It's all about digging ditches, digging information ditches. I'm trying to get. Let's see, boy, Periscope. What happened? Nobody. Am I on Periscope or not? I don't see any action on Periscope. What's going on Periscope? That doesn't look like. I don't know. I guess anybody on Periscope? Yeah, Periscope's usually good at this time of night. But anyway, and a karaoke bar. So that's the thing. Get that thing settled. I've helped people in the past do all this. And we go to these counselors. They're wonderful. They know the system, how to do it, and what to do and when, and things like that. Let's see, funding for homeschooling. Well, it depends. I mean, if you're home with your kids, I mean, you don't have a building. I mean, I'm not sure what you mean. You need money to live on, or money for... I'm not sure what you need money if you're homeschooling. Do you get money from the government? Sometimes, I mean, they're able to give you money even homeschooling, because there's organizations that get your money from the local county or whatever gives education money, and they get that money and give it to you. You're doing a great job. Thanks, Mike. But I would think, if I was homeschooling, one thing I would go to is the local county cooperative extension service. They help homeschoolers a lot. Best place for information on funding for college. I'm 30 years old in Delaware. There is no best place. Some of the good places are, you go to your Delaware government, they have an Office of Higher Education, and they have scholarships, and that's the biggest place that people don't use. I'm going to go on and off on Periscope, because I don't think I'm on. Nobody play, and that's usually good, so bear with me. I'm going to stop this, stop broadcast, and try again. I'm sorry, guys. Gosh, I never know. See, you can't play for perfect. You expect perfect in life, you might as well not get up. We encountered loading area. Connection too poor. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's something... yeah, I bet that's it. Because this is a new phone I have for this, and I bet that's what's happening. You know, you need a tech assistant. Yeah, I do. I need a lot of things, but I'm having fun. Let me see if this... boy, sorry we're low, yeah. Connection too poor. That was it. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Ah, so that's what it was. Okay, I gotta take that off and do another one. Yeah, I think I have it on my Wi-Fi, and I'm gonna go on my, take that off Wi-Fi. I don't know why I didn't like that. Maybe it's competing with the phone. And we'll go on to T-Mobile and see if we get on there. Boy, anytime you do one thing, something new, man, you're going to have problems. So that's why you have to allow for it, but I didn't. But you guys are so nice to wait for me for this. God. Initializing video stream. Let's see. You know, I put in by accident, love your debt. That sort of sounds interesting. Sorry, we can encounter loading again. God, that's weird. I go just another second or two, guys, and I gotta finish it. Let's see if we get no connection poor, so it's not gonna let me do it. Okay, forget them. Okay, let's see. That puppet in the back is freaky looking. Yeah, that was in an infomercial I used years ago. This was like a host, and the puppet was the host and I was a guest, and he asked me a question. Don't forget to give Matthew a thumb. Oh, thank you. So, okay, so your debt problem. You get to one of these things, I told you, you could call 211, you go to your HUD counseling offices, you go to the Department of Agriculture, County Cooperative Extension Service, they have counseling, and Justice Department has a list of approved counselors. Now, all these are free, or just hardly nothing, and that's the important thing, because otherwise, if you Google right now, debt, okay, so you're in debt and you want to show your problems, you're going to get 274 million websites. 274 million, remember? You're not going to live long enough, to do anything with that. So that's why you have to, what are you going to do? So if you don't know the system or whatever, you'll never find these free people, because they're in there. Everybody there, 99, 44, 100% of the websites you're going to see are people who are trying to get money from you. See, I mean, to me, what they're doing, and it's legal, and people do it all the time or whatever, is that they're playing off your misery, right? They can make money out of you in trouble. I mean, that's capitalism. This is what we do, So if you have a problem, I'm going to solve it for you, solve misery. And that's why, I guess in a way I live like that too. We all do. But most people won't tell you your options, and that's the important thing. So all you're going to see, they're programmed just to tell you what they do. And how it's going to solve your life, But you don't know if somebody across the street is doing the same thing, but do it for free. Like right now on student loan debt. If you have student loan debt, man, I get calls every day on, the robocalls, and they're saying, did you know that this, and the government told us to call you, and all some kind of bullshit. You do not need anybody to help you with your student loan debt. And that's it. You can call one of these same counselors to help you. Also, you could go to consumerfinance.gov. I don't know the system. Is your mentorship able to help? Yeah, Mike, that's what I do. The best thing I have now is that Lesko.com talk. And the best thing to me is right on top, this one stop. Lesko.com one stop. That's the best thing I have, because that will show you 327 programs. In other words, I go through in your state and show you every every damn program there is in there. Nobody knows it as much as me. As far as I know, I've never run into anybody. I'm biased, so don't trust me either. And I'm selling you something, so that's another reason not to. What are you drinking? Coffee. And that's the best I have. I got a monthly service too, and I have some courses on Udemy. But these, the talk and the one-stop, and at the one-stop too, you see a lot of other programs. Like I have a program now there I just put up about credit card debt. So I have a program there. Will the government give me money to live on while learning to start a multimedia company in Indiana, not farming? Yes, that's a possibility. I mean, there is government money at your career one-stop to live on. It depends upon your state and your county and things like that. But there is a program at the Department of Labor, that lets the local government, if you don't have a job, to give you money to live on while you're starting that. Now, the other thing you should do is realize that all the other ways to have extra money that are in Illinois and any other, or Indiana, any other state in the country to live on, whether it's money to help pay for your mortgage or your rent or utility bills or health care, you need dental care, or you need a legal problem solved, all these kinds of things. This is what I collect in this 277. I mean, it's just a Bible. I'm sorry, it's 327. And actually, it's more than that. I started with that number, and these things grow every time I do a new one. so they're always growing on me, and that's important to know. So that's why of the other things. And then other thing, depending on a multimedia company. You say multimedia company, that's a service. Well, then the government buys more multimedia services than anybody else in the world. And you can use that too as income. I mean, getting a $50,000 contract to me is easier, better, and faster than trying to find a $50,000 grant. And when you get one contract, you're going to get more, and that's why they grow and they grow and they keep growing and things like that. So that's what's important, I think, about that. So grants aren't the only thing, and they're not the best thing or whatever. But more importantly, I think anybody that has or thinking about a business or whatever, well, even that with your multimedia business, make sure you go to the Business Development Center. If you go, I tell you all about that here. If you want to take this course, it tells you about how to use that service, what they have, and 4 or 5 other services too that are like that in the government that get you going. And more importantly, to help you analyze if this is a good business or not for you, and to learn the bad side of it enough. Because if you've done it before, then that's different. If you bought it from somebody else, then that's, all kinds of things. We all need help to see this. It's too easy to get caught up emotionally in something, and think this is so good or whatever, and it may not be. So, any other questions? I think I had that other one down, and been working all day. I didn't realize I'm out of gas a little bit tonight, but it was nice to catch up with everybody and tell you about this stuff, and let me know if I could help. It's lesko.com. /talk, lesko.com/one-stop. I believe in this one-stop in my life. That is something I really want to make sure I do a lot more of in my life, and I get as many of these things out. If I sell more, maybe I could get the price down so more people could have access to everything this country has. I mean, you see what the government is doing now. All the rich people now, we are going now, you and I, everybody else who pays taxes is going to give $1 billion, $1 trillion, to the wealthiest people in the country. I mean, this is just absurd to me. And they're saying that we're going to get some too. We get nothing, they get it all. I mean, maybe the first year or two you're going to see a little, pay less taxes, but that goes away. And the fat cats, it's $1 million a piece to every millionaire. That's the data I've seen on that. Could you imagine? So you and I, what the hell do they need that for? I don't understand. We got problems in this country. People that need education, need training, need housing, or everything for us to, as a country to grow. And I don't know why we think that, you know, it's like if we give the rich people more money, that's out of our pockets. And then we're going to go in debt. And then we have more debt. You know, we're going to be $1 trillion more in debt, and so we'll have to pay for that. And who do we pay that interest to? It's rich people, because they're going to lend the money back to the government and to make interest off of us. So we just keep giving them more and more and more money. You know? And the average wage for like 50% of us in the country, the wage hasn't moved in about 30 years or so. I mean, that's terrible. And the rich people, we're growing as a country, but most of us aren't getting it. It's all being siphoned off, as far as I could see, you know, to the richest people, you know, and that's both parties do a bunch of this, you know. It looks like the conservatives are a little better at it. That's all. What I see, you know. But it's the elitism in our country, and that's why we thought maybe Trump, well, he'll maybe get rid of some of this elitism, but no, he's taking care of the fat cats. And it doesn't look like there's any job training going on, or infrastructure being built, and all these kinds of things that would have, you know, created decent jobs for people. But that's what we have to do now, and then by ourselves. I'm going to talk about soon. I'm going to talk about where the growth in jobs are, and the growth in jobs is not getting a job. That's the fastest growing jobs now, not getting one. So in the next day or two, I'm going to talk about that because I think that's very important, and it's what's happening in society. And I watch those programs too. All these ways to make money, you know, using internet stuff, and maybe it's not ideal, and it's not what you're looking for, but that's the growth in jobs. You got to go to where the growth is, or at least know about it. You got some rest, go get some rest, okay? Well, who are you, Breathe? Send me an email, Matthew at, where am I? LeskoFreeRadio@gmail.com, okay? Send me an email over there, okay? Yeah, I'll say hello to Smiley, talk to her. Okay, my son just took off. He's a digital nomad kind of guy. You know, we used to call them hippies back in my days, but now they're digital nomads. They work all over. And he goes up in this van, lives in a van or some other city, and it's crazy. But a lot of ways to live and a lot of ways to get by in this life. So, you know, start listening to your heart a little bit more. But take care of the problems first, because you got to get that monkey off your back if you're in debt. You know, and there's help out there. You know, look at that report I have that shows you all about these services where you are, because it's a different way to do it no matter anywhere you live, and that's called, you know, get out of debt. You'll see that on Lesko.com/one stop, and then on the front page of that you'll see that there, and you can download that right away. But other than that, peace. Thank you so much. Thanks for the kind words, everybody. I hope it helped tonight. Take care.